Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. But this video isn't going to be the perkiest of videos. My apologies. It's not going to be all sunshines and daisies, and so I just wanted to talk out, feelings of hurt, and what to do about them. Because right now my feelings are hurt. I had a difficult conversation with someone that I'm close to, and they hurt my feelings. They were honest, and the honesty hurt my feelings. But I'd rather someone be honest and hurt my feelings than spare my feelings with a lie. So glad that they shared this information, this perspective, this their words with me. So I'm kind of down in the dumps today. I've been fighting off tears, and yeah, so like I decided to not be too four cupsies, um, and try to, get out of the slump of it. I'm allowing myself to feel my feelings. Um, And yeah, I don't think it's good to suppress feelings. That's not healthy. But it's also not healthy to sort of let them devour you. And so I decided to hop on to make a video. Why not? Uh, and if you're still on, even though I haven't been like all perky and happy, thank you. Thank you for sticking it out with me. So I appreciate that. Um, so yeah, like when you have hurt in you, sometimes um, you turn to the cards, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull cards. Like at first, I was gonna do a walkthrough of Cries of the Soul Oracle, um, and this is my newest deck. And I wanted to do a walkthrough. That was my intention when I hit record, was that I was going to do a walkthrough. But I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to pull some cards from different decks, whatever I can reach. So I have my Star Root Oracle, Cries of the Souls Oracle, Moonology Messages Oracle, um, Prairie Majesty Oracle, a lot of oracles. So we'll see. We'll see. If like what I pull, when I pull, and whatnot. So let's start out with. I'm going to read the back of this box. And so you get a sense of what kind of deck this is. Okay. This is from Rockpool Publishing, and it's illustrated by Daphne Sabane, and the deck is by Isabel Surf, or Kerf, I don't know, Cerf. So this says, acknowledge your inner wounds and turn them into positive energy. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to gaslight myself. I'm not trying to toxic positivity myself out of it. But I can still try to change and uplift myself even a little bit. And so I'm hoping this video helps. We all carry soul wounds, and the blocks our unconsciousness creates to protect us. With the guidance of this compassionate deck, you can uncover and heal these hurts and learn to accept yourself at the deepest level. This deck will help you receive messages from your traumatized self and become aware of your most profound needs and desires. Allow yourself to love all the complex layers of who you are and reveal your inherent magic. And that's beautiful. Um, I think when you have hurt feelings, when someone hurts your feelings, oftentimes it's because they're poking at a shadow, and there's some sort of insecurity. Um, and that's what happened. I'm sorry for being vague, but I'm going to stay. But they definitely hit on a nerve, a wound, And so that's something I'm going to have to process, and it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. So I'm just going to allow myself to be sad while I'm also making sure I don't wallow in it and make it worse, exacerbate it. Let's see. What card is going to come out? Watch it have nothing to do with what I'm going through. Just my luck. Okay. Family loyalty. I am myself. That has nothing to do with what I'm going through. Because it has nothing to do with family. And yeah, so that's interesting. It's sort of like sticking out its tongue at me. Like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to help you. So let's try again, because this deck isn't thoroughly shuffled. That's why. That's why. Because it's so new. So what do you do when you draw a card and it does not relate to what you're going through, the question that you asked? Just comment below. What do you do? If, like, you're going through something with a friend and you pull a card that has everything to do with, your family. I mean, one thing you can do is try to see the core wounds related to your family that's affecting how you relate to your friends. That's one way, if it fits. Okay. Wounded inner child. My past is full of lessons that help me be who I am today. So that partly, jives. Only partly though. But how can this relate to what I'm going through, and how can I express it without going into specifics? I think it's just a wound of rejection, a feeling like not good enough. That's what it is. And so let's see what the book says about this. Wounded inner child, 14. And it sucks to feel like you're not good enough. Oh my God, this writing is so small, I'm getting so old, I can't read it. Okay. Here we go. Wounded inner child. My past is full of lessons that help me be who I am today. That's what it says on the card. Wisdom. I hold, and this is the cards are talking to you. So that's what that's the how this reads. I hold all your first emotional reactions, the foundations of your relationship patterns, and your inner workings and thoughts. I feel as though I've been in pain forever. I come from your wounds and am the keeper of your deepest childhood hurts. I unbalance your emotional reactions and prevent you from trusting your creativity and focusing on the things that matter to you. I communicate feelings of vulnerability and being unarmed to you. You have the ability to set boundaries and accomplish what you want, but my pain makes you believe the opposite. Yeah. So, yeah, core wounds of the child within. Um, that's a pretty intense wound to heal. I One thing that I went through as a child is that I was bullied, mercilessly bullied. I was bullied probably nearly every day. It started in fourth grade and it became daily in fifth grade. I had a little reprieve in sixth grade, but by the time seventh grade came around, I was being bullied again. And I was just a target. It didn't matter where I was. I was a target at my first school. I was a target at my second school. I was a target at my third school. I was a target at my fourth school. And I was a target at my fifth school. Yes, I switched schools twice in order to get away from my bullies. But they just reappeared in different forms in my new location. There was just something about me that said, pick on me. um, I was an awkward child, socially awkward. I was not a very attractive child. I was awkward, like I was in my awkward phase for a very long time. And the kids saw my insecurities and they knew how to pick at them and how to like dig in the wound. And they enjoyed it. Like some of them just really, really enjoyed it. And which is pretty sad that kids are like that. And some adults are like that too. And I think, that feeling of rejection, that feeling of not being good enough, that is a core wound of my childhood. And it's something I'm still working on. And to be 100% honest, I'm not 100% sure how to work on it completely. And I'm just wondering if I'll ever heal from it completely. Maybe I won't. Maybe it'll always be a part of me. I don't know. I hope not. I mean, how old am I? 47. It's been, all these years, later, and it still haunts me, and even if I'm not thinking about it, it's not an intellectual response. It's not like, oh my God, this reminds me of my childhood, and so I need to respond this way. It's completely visceral. It's your nervous system is hardwired by the small and large traumas that you go through as a child. And I consider that a small to medium trauma in my life. And um, medium. Yeah, I wouldn't say small because it went on for so long. Um, where was I going with this? ADHD, squirrel. Um, but anyway, I probably am not continuing where I left off, but um, core wounds are stuck in your nervous system. Childhood wounds are stuck in your nervous system. And so it takes reprogramming somatically, intellectually, emotionally, that nervous system. It's the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn reactions that you have within. And when I feel like I'm being rejected, um, I go to freeze and fawn. Those are usually my go-to, or freeze and fawn. And so that's what I'm dealing with now. I'm in the freeze and fawn cycle, and I'm not sure what to do about that. Like talking to this person again, maybe that will help me feel better about the situation. It's quite possible, but if it doesn't, what do I do then? What if this is just I'm rejected? That I'm judged as not good enough. And yeah, if you have any experience with like reprogramming your nervous system, please, I'd love to hear about it if you're willing to share in the comments below. So yeah, I have no solutions. I have no wise words to end this with. I'm just going to pull a rune card to see what comes out. Maybe this one will stick its tongue out at me too, Kick a girl while she's down. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, one Dagas, awakening. So Dagas is the new day. That means, that you can be reborn. You can go from being asleep to being awake. It's sort of like that evolution of self knowledge is one way to express it. And so I think I pulled this rune just to let me know that tomorrow is a new day. Um, that I can use this to learn about myself. I can use this to heal instead of turning it into a weapon against myself. It's very easy to weaponize hurt feelings in the words of other people. Very easy, especially if you're the type that really takes things personally. Like it's your fault. It always has to. Like you're the type that if someone criticizes you, you just automatically believe it. You know that kind of response. And so, yeah, Dagas is the rune that I pulled, awakening. So hopefully this will lead to some healing, some self-knowledge. I'll do journaling. I'll journal about it. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. It might make it worse. Don't know. But if you want to share any stories, any feelings you have, any experiences you've had, any wisdom you have, love to hear it. So please leave a comment if you're willing. So hopefully my next video is a lot perkier, and a lot happier. So yeah, I think I'm just going to end it there. Thank you for joining in on the video and for watching and staying with me, through as I process this, or begin to process this. Um, so, so I'm going to say goodbye now. I never know how to end these videos. Bye bye.